Hi, how are you today, Annie?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Kaidence?
I'm great. And how have you been doing recently?
I've been doing well. How have you been doing?
I've been doing good. And I noticed you're a senior this year
Yes.
and you're in our debate art club, AP art and AP research.
Hmm.
And it's getting pretty close to graduation. So
It
like
very much is.
yeah, the days are counting down. What would you say that it's like being a senior? And I'm sure that like you've been in some of these programs for a while, especially to be in like APR, you have to take it like year after year after year.
Hmm.
What would you say is like getting everything set up for the people next year, like the people that are going to come after you?
Yeah, so it's like, especially with art club, me and Katie Farquhar were president and vice president. So been really trying to set it up this year to like have the underclassmen and like the juniors come in and be able to like take a bigger leadership role with that. And it's very much like a student led club. We very much just direct it in how we want to take it, and we like very much just encourage everybody to bring their like unique style to the table. So it's very self-directed, and that's something I really like about it. And I think like we're doing a pretty good job of setting that up for the next years. And as far as AP art, that's actually it's a very cool class. I feel like a lot of people don't utilize it as much as we could. I know that there's so many talented people, especially underclassmen. I've seen so many like beautiful works of art, and I feel like there's just so many people who could utilize that class more. You do have to take 2 years of art one and two, and there's two AP arts. There's AP drawing and there's AP 2D. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to submit a little bit of a portfolio, and Miss McKinney will review that, and then if you get accepted, you could actually end up taking 2 years of AP art, which is what I ended up doing. And it's great for college. It's just a really useful class that I feel like more people should look into.
So if there's two different kinds of AP art, you could like take the 2D one and then take the next one. So if
Yes,
you really wanted to, like all 4 years could be with Miss McKinney and art.
that's exactly what I did. Mhm.
How? So what would you say are like the main differences of like the two types of art? Because I didn't even know there were two different types of AP
Right.
art.
So it's basically just rubric differences and kind of like material differences. So I did drawing last year, and that more concentrated on like elements of design, like painting, drawing. And then 2D, that's more going to be focusing on like synthesis of materials and processes. I really love it because everybody brings something really unique to the table and kind of tells their own story. It's very much individual. There's really no specific instructions for subject matter.
And you've kind of already brought up like the subject of art club, but I think that a lot of people don't really know like most of the club options that we have at Oak Mountain. So what exactly would you say art club is?
Our club kind of is very flexible because we have a lot of freedom of direction. So again, like, we'll have a lot of meetings and just get everybody on the same page. But really, our goal is just bringing together people who are interested in all different types of art, and we give everybody, like a chance to have a discussion on, certain things that we want to do. Certain people are interested in different mediums, and we just try to carve out time where we can like work together. And I think it's really fun to just have a group of people creating things together. We also do a couple fun things that we do. We have the every Halloween season we do a little pumpkin decorating contest, which I feel like a lot of people really don't know about that. It's a lot of fun. We do like carving, we do paintings on the pumpkins, and there's like a prize for the winner as well. It's a lot of fun. So we'll just do like little crafts and stuff for the holidays. It's a lot of fun. Last year we actually ended up doing a mural for the library, so
Yeah.
that's a project that I'm looking to like get our underclassmen working on, especially with our new media building or performing arts building. I feel like that's a great project for art club to continue on next year.
And I feel like if anybody's like interested in art, like even just a little bit, art club could probably be like really
Yes.
like big for them
Yeah.
when it comes to forming their styles and all the different like ways people like to do art and all the creativity.
Yeah,
Just because
exactly.
they might not think they're really that interested into it, and then get into it and you're like, wait, I love this.
Exactly. Because especially like obviously there's no requirements for you to actually take an art class to be in the club. And I know some people are kind of reluctant to take art 1 and 2 because it's very like directed, like you're working on a specific project with everybody else. But we're really more like open-ended and everybody's more than welcome. I mean, I always say that anybody can draw, anybody can
Yeah.
make any kind of art. It just takes like a little bit of practice, but everybody has the ability to.
And it doesn't have to necessarily be like the most detailed works. Like everybody has like their own like
Yeah, for sure.
methods. Like how I mean just an artist like throughout history, you can
Yeah.
see it with that.
For
and
sure.
I noticed you're also in debate. And I know like people like get like the idea of what debate is, but I've actually known somebody who was in debate and it's way more than what you actually think. So can you like give us a process of like what all of that is?
Like in terms of like the workload or like what we do throughout the year.
Just like debate as a whole, like in general.
Okay, so there's kind of a lot of different forms of it, but the way we do it here at Oak Mountain, we have several. So how it operates is that we'll have tournaments through different schools, and we operate as a team and we partner up. But there's different avenues that we can do. So there's it's like speech and debate. So you also have the option to write your own speech and just give that like a presentation, and like that's a separate category to be like awarded in. But if you're doing a like typical debate, that's going to be called public forum, and you're going to have a partner, and both of you guys will take on different roles. So it's actually a lot of fun. So you'll get a kind of contention or like the topic of your debate a few weeks before the competition, and you're going to need to write a pro argument and a con argument, and you need to be able to argue for both sides. So one speaker will do a little bit more of the like rebuttals to the other team and like think really fast on their feet, and then one will kind of lay out the speeches that you've like pre-written, if that makes sense.
And debate, like, it's like just the public speaking mainly. Well, not like mainly, but that's essentially what it is, public speaking against other high schools, debating.
Yeah, essentially. It's also really cool because members on our team are able to judge them as well. Like once you have a certain number of debates that you've done, you can actually judge other people. So it's really good experience. It's great for like, thinking on your feet.
How do you feel like debate has like made you come out of your shell? Because like I've noted like public speaking, like a lot of people will get into public speaking, or like for even me, Oak Mountain Media, and you were shy at first, but like it slowly like helps you build confidence.
Yeah. I think it's about like going into it, everybody starts out as a beginner, but you really learn to build confidence because you're kind of like put in that situation, and it really helps, especially like preparing something, but even like stepping into that role of like being the person to think on their feet, because you have to respond to the other team's argument and explain why their evidence doesn't align with what you're trying to argue. So I think it really helps with like critical like thinking skills, and I think that really just like leads you to feel more confident in your abilities to like respond to situations. So I feel like that's applicable to other areas of life.
And I feel like because of debate, that may have been what led you to AP seminar, which then led to AP research. And what exactly is AP seminar? Like I know I've asked you like what exactly is things a lot in this interview. It's just like a lot of things you're a part of are things that people don't really utilize here.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there are classes that a lot of people should look a little bit more into. But so AP seminar, I know there's actually some sophomores this year taking it, but it's typically juniors who take it. And essentially, you'll be working on like papers and then presentations throughout the year, and that'll be part of an AP portfolio that you're going to submit into College Board at the end of the year. So it's very interesting to me, and it's one of the best aspects of that is that it's honestly the best class that you can take. AP seminar and AP research are like the best classes that you can take in order to go into college if you're looking to do something like a research like assistant or like get some good experience on your hands, because you're really doing your own research, and that's kind of a lot for a high schooler to be doing, and it just gives you so much like really good experience, especially AP seminar. You're working in groups for the presentation, so you'll write a paper on your own and then you'll do a presentation as a group. That really helps you to like have teamwork and like peer discussion and all of that. Whereas AP research, there's so much more freedom. So you completely choose your own research question, your own hypothesis, and from there you're going to do your own research and like prove your hypothesis and like create results from that.
I feel like AP research could definitely be like applicable to many college majors, especially
sure.
considering like even the ones that have to do with like medical stuff, because like you have to do labs and stuff
Yes.
in college and show your research.
Yes.
So if that's really what you're passionate about, that could just kind of be your focus throughout the year.
For sure. And so if you take both of AP Seminar and AP Research and you get a passing score on both of those, you have what's called the AP Capstone degree. And it's very influential in like college readiness. And yeah, you can absolutely like apply it to any disciplinary that you're interested in bringing forward to your college experience. So I think that adds a lot to the table.
That's how I feel like with a lot of the classes that people might not take as much. It's because they don't really know like what all you can do with classes like that. Because I'm
Right.
sure like when you're first thinking about AP seminar, you wouldn't think, oh, that could help me like later
Right.
with med school. But the research part of it, like it can all tie into something.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just really glad that we've had this conversation today because
you.
it has definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things. Like I didn't even know that like art club or art had as many levels as it does. And I'm really glad that you came to talk to us today. Thank you,
Thank you so
Annie.
much for having me.
You're welcome.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too.